really have much options for staying, and we can't get back to my Vatten. Overwhelmed. Someone is doing donuts around our car. We are stuck. That's the road. We have survived. I had to jump the car twice.
Couldn't see the road earlier. I was very scared.
Ran us into the ditch next to the road. We're just enjoying why we came here. How was it?
Amazing.
Yeah. Worth coming out here for. In the cold, in the rain, the mechanic, the jump starts.
Worth all of it.
Alright, good morning. Well, it is Tuesday. We have survived the gale force wind, crazy night, GOC parking lot. It's about 9:45. Road conditions, I think, in most of the country are still pretty bad, but as we are way up north, basically in the middle of nowhere, and the road back to my Vatten is still looking, it's passable, it seems, from the safe driving app, and we need to get going at some point, even if it's not today. I'm going to try to get us down to my Vatten, and then we can assess if we can get up to Detty Foss and the canyon and all the things we wanted to do today, but might not be possible. So try to at least get moving, not stay in the parking lot forever. So this is an update on the conditions. It's still blowing, fairly hard. It's snowing, but compared to what we dealt with last night, which was pretty brutal, the wind was really bad. I mean, it was shaking the whole van. This isn't as bad, so we're gonna try to work with it. See what happens. Well, we're on the road again. I don't know how easy it is to see, but it is whiteout conditions, pretty much. But it is daytime, so we're just taking it slow, 1 mile at a time. Ladies in the gas station told me to be careful, but it's not impassable, so we're gonna at least try to make it to my Vatten, so we can at least be where we were supposed to start and figure it out from there. So you can't really see anything. Let's see. But we are stuck. That's the road. We're going down a hill, and it started, wow, my hair is horrible. Started to look bad. And then all of a sudden a van appears on the other side of the road. Come on. And I just was able to avoid them. And then I ran into a patch of snow. That's pretty impassable, it seems like. So this is interesting. The road was supposed to be passable, but I think the wind's just been blowing so much snow up onto this bank that the conditions have changed. Yeah, so this is interesting. We'll have to see if a plow can get up here and help us, probably. The road we took from Husavik down to my Vatten, 87, for the most part, had good conditions. But when we got around this lake here, the road conditions were kind of perfect for snowbanks to form, with a low-lying area blowing snow and moisture straight up to this bank on the side. And so just this section on the hill was completely covered in a foot of snow, but the rest of the road was perfectly fine. And we got stuck in it, and a van going the opposite direction got stuck in it. But unfortunately for us, the tow truck who came could only tow us back towards my Husavik, so we couldn't continue until later in the day. I mean, the other place we were supposed to go is Detty Foss today, and that's here off of the road. Once you get past all that, but that road.
Is it an F road or something?
No. it's all closed. And it's been closed since last night. So my guess is it's just not gonna happen.
So maybe today might be a big driving day.
Well, yeah, so instead, I'm still gonna try to guess that canyon.
Oh, I'm excited about that game.
I'm not sure.
After being extricated from the blocked road, we were forced to return to Husavik and wait out the morning snow. We took refuge in a cafe for a few hours until the conditions improved, and finally, once they did, we set off again. The initial plan for the day was to visit another big waterfall called Dedifoss, but given the loss of time and all the roads to it being closed, we decided to just put our heads down and start catching up on the lost distance. We did make it to one of the places we wanted to see that day, right before sunset, but mostly it felt just good just to be caught up and on schedule.
Here we are at Studlagill Canyon, and it is icy, but it's beautiful. What do you think, baby? Very beautiful. Alright, well, after a long day of driving, made it to Eglistadofata. How would you say that?
I don't know, I can't see.
Happy can't see. But little town on the east. We finally made it to the east of the island. We're gonna go try whatever that is. Gonna try to go get a campsite. Engine wasn't working. It's been a fun day, so we had to jump it. Asked the nice British guys who have a camper van right next to ours at the hostel at the campsite. They helped us jump it. I don't know if that's gonna solve the issue or just be a temporary fix, but we'll. All right, what's up? It is Wednesday.
Wednesday, hump day.
Egilstadir.
Egilstadir.
Wet northeast.
And how many times have we jumped the car so far?
Yeah, so we've had to jump the car twice. So last night when we got in, turned it off, came back out, it wouldn't start. And the gauge lights would turn on, but then just everything would cut. So we thought maybe it was just the battery. We talked to Elliot and Taco. And tried our best with all our experts. And they thought maybe it's just the battery starting.
Or the alternator. That's what I'm thinking.
That's the bad. That would be the bad thing. So we tried to jump it. It did turn on. We drove it to
the gas station
so I could get some gas for it.
Block away.
Turned it off. Wouldn't turn back on.
Some drunk teenagers decided to roll the car up.
They said, "Hey, have you never push started a car?" So the guy got in the front, and me and his friend pushed the car, and it started. So we were able to drive back to the campsite. And it seemed promising. I drove it around more after dropping Abby off, and also left it on running for about 30 minutes. And we didn't touch it again. We went to sleep. Everything was fine, or we thought might be fine. The lights were working in the morning, like turning it on and off, like locking and unlocking were working. But then this morning when I went to start it, just clicked right off.
No.
Nothing. So we had to call the camper company, get them to call a mechanic here, and they came out really quickly, actually.
Kind of honestly 5 seconds, I didn't even notice. But got a mechanic and a hairdryer.
And a hairdryer. Yes, the mechanic helped jump the car. He took it. So he's looking at it, I guess, taking it back to the shop, taking a look at it, and hopefully we should get it back for the next hour. But never know.
For filming the last message, I was feeling really anxious and very pessimistic about our prospects. The last 2 days have been stressful conditions, and now with the added hassle of something broken in the car, it was really taking a toll on me. I went outside and just started flying the drone around. As I took my mind off the situation and focused on creating something, I started to feel better. And as I started to feel better, the day got better. The sun rose and the clouds parted. The mechanic returned with our car in 30 minutes, proclaiming there was a problem with some battery components, but it was fixed. We loaded up and started towards the East Fjords. My attitude was changing, and so was our fate. As we put miles behind us and the scenery got more beautiful with every turn, I got hopeful. And then something miraculous happened, something that had been very rare so far on this trip.
Look at that, it's the sun. We haven't seen that all trip.
Ryan. Over there on a rock. And then a whole bunch of reindeer. Better. There he is. And there are the deer.
I was feeling exhilarated after encountering a whole herd of reindeer, and with the sun setting and the light getting really nice and golden orange, I felt that the day was perfect and could not be any better. As we set off again to crisscross the rest of the East Fjords and arrive Hoffen for the night, we rounded a mountain edge and descended to a narrow mountain road next to the ocean. Winter weather had caused the sea in this area to freeze over, and this top ice was vast, spanning out miles away from the mountain landscape. And as I was taking in this beautiful scene, I noticed a black dot trotting away across the ice. I hastily pulled over to get pictures of whatever it was, but it was too far away, so I took the drone out instead, flew it almost a mile out over the ocean ice, and there, gambling around, looking for food, and lazing around in the sun, this creature, which was almost impossible to find unless you were in the right place in the right time, and mostly actively looking for it. This creature, which I would have not dared to presume that I would see on this trip, was an Arctic fox. Arctic foxes are fascinating because they are the only native terrestrial mammal in all of Iceland. Scientists believe they wandered over from Europe across a giant ice bridge during the last Ice Age period and have been surviving off birds and any other creature they could find ever since. While this means they are well suited to the harsh climate, human interference and general toughness of surviving for any animal means that there are only roughly 8,000 left on the entire island, and most are concentrated in the Hornstradir Wildlife Preserve in the West Fjords, where they are not able to be hunted. This sighting was special to me. I tried my best to get as much drone video as possible without disrupting the fox. When it seemed that he had noticed my drone and was interested in it, I left him alone, and we resumed our drive. The next goal was to get to a cool mountain beach called Vesterhorn before sunset.